And we have it. Wonderful. Next up is a test I really need, because apparently the last two VODs do not have game sound, even though I took care of that previously. So I will have to do this now, for which I need... Okay, we have sound apparently. We have sound. Then the last thing... Oh, you won't be able to see chat in-game now. That's why I had it different before. Although this is not much of a bad thing, because you should be able to see chat on the screen anyway. Right? In theory. So, okay. But Sundays are church day. Oh, my poor soul. Then it's quite good that you're busy Sunday, because we have quite the opposite of church on Sundays. Quite the opposite. Well, we can talk freely about whatever topic we want, even the more intimates. And Fridays are freaky day. Friday are for private stuff. Either that or I'm invited, but that always depends so much. Have a fun live stream. See you later. Oh, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Davey. D&D era. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it started recently, but it didn't get any lesser. All right. Good. We're gonna quickly check how everything looks. Right. It is still pointing at my camera. Okay. So this should look far better, since the boat is in the middle for you and for me. Yep. So let's check that. Thing is, you won't be able to see me checking chat anymore, which is interesting for the people over on YouTube, but well. Speaking of YouTube, hello everybody. Twitch again, and YouTube now as well. What are we going to do today? I kind of forgot if we had any specific plans. I do have one thing I want to try with the boat and all. But, Oh, wait! Right. I wanted to take a look around there. We could do it by foot. I mean, I can leave this wherever it is right now and remember where I parked it. And then can just come back. And I think we actually saved there, so if I die, I will just respawn back. Oh my. A nice calm start on foot. Which reminds me, I am so glad that it's cooler now. It's not as hot as it's been the past few days. So being in VR is actually not that mortifying anymore. Oh, we have some explodey slimes. Funky. A lot of flatland in this area. A yellow slime as well. So we don't want to be here for too long. Ah, yes. Pretty much the little creepers of this game. There's a way to deal with them and to farm them overall, but that's not here and now. That's for later. Pretty cool area though. Oh, the yellow slime have started. Oh, we don't want to be here for too long. That's for sure. I wonder how it looks like later in the episodes when I'm looking down like this, because you can see the hand maybe? I don't know, can you? Yep. So basically every time you see the hand here, I'm just checking either chat or the stream. Oh, pretty. Viewing distance is not that far. Oh yeah, because it was laggy. But apparently it's not laggy anymore. Okay. No Sky Island to this mountain whatsoever. Even the one there isn't close to any mountain. So we will have to travel a little bit longer. Now the question is, what materials do we have close by? It's just a small island, so I don't expect many. So I would say we immediately just jump into the boat. Wait, jump into the boat. Is there a way out of this? No, there would have been a quick way out I could dodge out of. Then I might have jumped in and grabbed... Honestly, there's nothing really to grab. Everything in here we can get otherwise. The solar panels from the water, the lights of the water, and the drones, 50% of which I don't want, and 50% of which we can get from anywhere else. Yep, we just go. This area just looks more impressive than it actually is. Also, living here would be cool. If over there really is a although there's a spawn area for yellow slimes, so it's not that cool after all. But still. Also, do we get anything out of cacti? Ow! Ow! Yeah, green slimes explode. What does one do with cacti? It turns into dry grass when exploded. Huh. Okay. 954? Oh. Okay, you can hack cacti without taking damage. Interesting. I do need a blue or red slime for the next test. I want to see if it damages. Ready! Nope, no damage. So cacti are not really implemented at all. I do feel it does make a difference because he will just despawn, but I feel it feels brutal just leaving him on the cactus and just leaving. It feels like torture in a way. Oh. Ah, man. Up here, we do have some trees and stuff. Even one tree with acorns, but honestly, it's not really the area I want to be in. Yeah, we can look for a better area. If I remember right, we have come from this way and wanted to continue on in this direction. No, we didn't come from this way, we came from that way specifically. So if we want to have a big turnaround, we could, but I rather want to explore new land. Okay, also, since we do want to change up our way of transport later, it is quite good to see right now just how quick the boat is again. Allez, whoop. No! Allez, whoop. Ah, come on. Allez. Up. And we're on. Alright. Turning around should be easy peasy. All I have to do is... do this and give it just a little bit. Only a little bit. A slight amount. Perfect. Oh, perfect. And forward. Could be better. Alright, well, we make our way. I do know what I want to talk about, at least for the next Did you hear that? Wait, I'll stick here. Where will that be in my room? I'm gonna take my mobile phone and just put it back here where it's not that loud. Since we're in VR, I don't need it anyway at the current time, so hey. Alright, where were we? Right, topics, and oh my god, I was praying a little bit that it would have been earlier today, because that would have been divine. But no, not yet. For those of you who have seen it on Twitter, yes, you know exactly what's coming. The update for Primitier. Oh boy. My favorite channel game, if you will. For how long have I been doing this now? We're on the 40th episode something of season 2. I have to look that up again, but something along those lines. And oh boy, I tell you. First up, I don't know, have the things been available last week as well? I don't think they have been posted then while I was alive, so it's all new. So one of the first components is basically easy peasy. It's got about the size of a battery, and it kind of looks like one as well, from the side if you will. So just with an arrow, let's say the arrow would go up in this case, and we have a battery connected to the bottom, okay? So like usual, okay, how what was it around? Right, if I remember right, then if you have a battery on the bottom and a lamp like we have here on top, then nothing would happen. Nothing would happen. But if it registers energy, like if you hold a second battery to the side of it, then it's like a logic gate that says, okay, now energy may flow. Which in this direction honestly is kinda unusable. A little bit. I don't like it too much. I would rather have it the other way around, that it will freely flow until there is an energy input. Because the only thing I can think of right now that could make use of that would be lights in the dark, where if you connect a solar panel to the switch, it can only generate energy at daytime. And the way that announce thing would work is, as long as the solar energy comes through, the total energy comes through as well. Yeah, that doesn't help, because then I can just output the daytime thing, and at night no energy would go wherever. So that's not very helpful. But that was only one of the things announced. A second post announced one or two. Okay, which direction were in which order were they announced? Let's go just by component what I remember. Another component that, about the shape of a battery, was said to be kind of the same. Let's have a battery on bottom and the lamp on top. Now, nothing would come through. You grab the component itself, like I would grab the battery here, and if you press an activation button, which I assume would be trigger, which is weird because trigger is meant to be the connection button, which I use to, you know, connect pieces boop, boop, to each other. So I think that one component will not be able to connect to anything and only allow energy to go through, which is, if I'm right, this is a hunch, because I don't know what activation button would mean, honestly. We do have a this overlay button. We do have disconnect button right below. Maybe something like pressing the thumbstick, but that will be stupid. Or it can be rebound, I don't know. So let's just say it might be trigger and you cannot connect it by itself. So you would have to connect the other way around. So instead of connecting the component to a lamp, you would have to connect the lamp to the component. At least that's what I think it is. Okay, this looks cool enough with enough material, but I do wanna talk a little more. That component I just described, let's call it the switch, because it's more like a health switch. It's not operating by itself, because as soon as you let go, the energy flow would stop. So energy would only ever go through as long as you hold it and activate it. Which, the first idea would be, hey, it's cool for this year. But not really, because as soon as we leave here and want to do something else while the boat is going, well, Android. I'm pretty. Oh, someone. Willow. Pink name is not pink name. Ah, Willow. Wait, I'm pretty. I'm pretty. Thank you, Willow. How you doing? We're not renting. We're on about the new Primitier upcoming update and its content. And oh boy, am I excited for it. What I'm curious about are the two new components, the ones that were announced the latest, because I don't know how they work. One of them has two functions. One of them is it generates energy, I think. Was it generate or let through? I'm not quite sure on that right now. I would have to reread it. If you hit it. And there must be real good use for that. My first idea was, okay, combine it with a motor. And on the motor you have a tungsten blade. And so when you hit the fuse, let's say, the motor would make a round and cut whatever is in front of it. Without, usually you would have to move the blade itself, but then you have to wonky it side by side, and this way it would always be the middle. I just don't know how viable that is. The new World of Warcraft content, it still gets updates? Heavens. Okay. I tried Ascension once, but I'm not really one to know things about World of Warcraft. Sorry. Sky Islands, we have about 3 here, but nothing around the mountain range. That one Primitier stream we did, like months ago by now, where we had one of the Sky Islands right next to a mountain, was lucky as fuck, because I cannot seem to replicate that. Huh. Funky. If only I could see how many trees we have on here. I would say let's make a short break right there and get ourselves a few trees, because I want to do a few things. Of course, if we have the trees. And that one could you stay in place? That one fuse that I just described had a second effect. I just don't know. I just don't remember what the second effect was. My mind says something like it was a pulse, but I don't think it was a pulse. I can read up on it in just a second. Let's just say we're going straight for a moment. And I can make you wrong direction of my room. I can make use of my computer for that second. And just read up on it myself. La 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 la. Okay, looks funky, I know. We're looking into directions, whatever, because I'm not looking in VR right now, but in real life. Devlog. Devlog. I am taking that. Copy. I am going here. Insert. And translate. Okay, it hasn't been 2 components. It was only 1 component with 2 things. Okay. The way it's described and the way it is shown are different, and I don't understand them, and I haven't asked oh, this is a bad spot to land, and actually... Oop. How did that happen? Do I have anything on me? Yeah, so, okay, apparently the way it should be used is that it only transfers energy with how thick it is. So if you have material that has this diameter, a lot of energy would come through. So basically, if we would have a cable on this width and put a motor energy through, the whole motor energy would come out the other end, like any other cable we have currently, I think. But if we have something thinner, like this in comparison, then not the whole energy would come through, but only a little energy, depending on just how thick it is. Which is good, which is really good, because this is exactly what I was asking for. After all, if you remember, I was asking, okay, how can we have less power on the sideways thrust? Way less power. And that's the perfect answer to that. The thing is, which I do not understand, is in the showcase where it's been shown, is that the light, which was used to indicate the flow of energy, flickered. And I don't know if that's because of the component or if it's because of just janky game. And this has me questioning, because I do not start making blueprints in my mind right now, because I fear that I would set them up all wrong and then would have to throw them out of my head later on. I so wish it would just be a limiter that we can use for something like the front, or for a very weak motor, like a cutter. Or even better, just like a lever motor. How would I describe the lever? The lever motor idea. Basically, it's a component, instead of going around, it just goes to an extreme. So imagine a V shape, and is the motor on, it would swing to the one end of the V, and once the motor is off, a spring would throw it back. So you kind of have an on-off switch in... Not an on-off switch, it's not a switch, it's the other way around. But it would be like a lock. A lock would be the best example. And one of the ideas for the lock was for this, for example, because if we have like a limiter that is pushed in and you cannot change this anymore, cool. And then you press a button or a switch or whatever, and the whole limiter goes back a little bit. And then you can freely just swing this around as much as you want, and then you press your button again and the limiter comes back in. You can't really do that right now. I mean, yes, you could, but working with the full energy of a motor without limiting it is either bad for your energy management or just too wonky. And since it's going too quick, you will either need some rubber or whatever, because, you know. Also, I do want to switch out the helm today. That is one of the things I decided to do for multiple reasons. First off, because of this wonky in-between that I really start to hate a little bit. Wait, is this a good place to land? I think it's actually a pretty nice place to land, yeah. Although I see a cactus, which means we will land in the sandy area. I will try to make a swing around and then maybe land in behind it, if that's possible. I do not want too many of these little guys spawning in. Alright. Oh yeah, we can have more speed. Kind of forgot about that. And the speed of the boat is pretty nice, but what I want to try is to have those Mississippi rudders, wheels that propel us forward. The theory behind it is that right now the whole of the motor is propelling us forward, but all of the flaps are basically hindering as well to a degree, while... Ooh, why are we turning? While the wheels might be able to have the full motor power on top of the water where nothing is hindering it, and then have the full swimming motion to propel us. It could be more effective. Also, apparently I would be the first person trying turbines versus wheels. I asked in the Discord if anyone knows what is more efficient. Well, no one really gave an answer. No, wrong. Someone gave the answer that no one has tried before. So, yay! More experimentation for me. Okay, right over there. That would be such a nice spot. So, and the thing is, since the update is not out yet for the game, there could be more announcements with more stuff. There doesn't have to be more stuff. I am quite happy with what we already have, because I'm so looking for the limiter and the Switch. Like, oh boy, I am excited for these two. Not the first one that much, honestly, but those two, like, also, I don't know if it was just someone wishing for it or if I've seen the developer suggesting it. I will have to relook on that, but I think an inverse of the first component is in the works, which would actually make the night lights possible, and that would be sweet. Because it would be the first use case. Uh-oh. Are we? Oh, we're on sand. The motors are not hindered? Not that I see. Not that I can see. That explains why we are moving. If there's only one piece of quartz or hammer or stone in the way, we can say goodbye to our motors. But it seems like it's getting deeper again, which is quite nice. Whoop! I heard that. Oh shit! Ha! I have to switch windows. I don't see shit. Alright. Whoop. So, the milk. Thank you for the milk. Wasn't able to react to the milk, but I appreciate the milk. Thank. Who? Well, hello. That's what friends do. They milk each other. Thank you. And a happy mood to you. Okay. Until we have the throttling components, I would actually argue that we just put the two front thingies on separate buttons. I don't know how to make a button. Do we want to do that today? I mean, come on, we have like 3 whole hours. Oh, it's nearly an hour since we're here. Really? I would say yeah. We create components today. That's what I want to do, creating components. And that would be a new dial, I would say we call this, and a switch and a button, maybe. I do have designs in mind, so we're not going in blind. It just depends on how it will turn out. Blink. I'm so surprised that nothing here is cutting itself. Everything stays on the same health. You go back by 1. Shore in sight. And it's looking pretty good here. Is that a rubber tree right on the... No, that's not a rubber tree. It would be sweet if it's a rubber tree, but I don't think it's a rubber tree. We do have to find one though, because for the new stuff I want to build, we do need rubber. It is quite important to find. So, you come here and... Uh-oh. Why did he do that? Oh, that's why. That's why. We're gonna move it a little bit. Because... it's kinda... irritated by the shore. So instead, we're connecting him here. Ah, so much better. All right, what do we have? Wait, no way. This has to be rubber. Huh, that was quick. One thing I did not think about is bringing sulfur with me. And that's like the 2 things we need today. So before I do anything, I'm gonna save here and then go on a quick sulfur run. Beam, the respawn point has been changed. Wonderful. What is our best way to... There's no sulfur close by whatsoever. So I just pick a direction and run. Ah, the night sky. Alright. I hope we can grab enough sulfur, because the way back will be quite long, it seems. Nom. Nom. There's a mountain bat. Oh! Okay, I see... Oh, it's like a big lake. That's cool. I see 2 sulfur and even more in the distance. Wait. If I were to go around, I would be... Nah, we just get the sulfur and go back to the boat. One thing I fear is that we will not find the boat, but luckily enough we do have the respawn point beacon, which I don't know from how far we can see it. But once we're in the proximity we should be able to, and we do know where we came from, right? Oh, wait, it's on another... Yeah, we have no sulfur on our island. We will have to cross the water. The deep water. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, this is well thought out. Actually. You know what? No. New idea. Why do I have to be dumb? Yeah, running back and forth, but we can look at the ground and see if we find silver, which we will need later. On our way back. The thing is, instead of getting the sulfur here and then collecting a lot of rubber, let's do it the other way around. So what we are gonna do now is collect a lot of raw rubber on the boat and then haul that to a position where we can extract easy sulfur. Which means quite a lot of boating around today, but I mean, it's built for that. Also, I'm going to take these with me. Simply for the reason that I do like this tree a lot for easy apples. Then again, we cannot really grow trees everywhere. God damn it. Uh-oh. Ah, the boat. Ah, damn it. I mean, I don't know what exactly I expected, but you know. Alright, we have one tree very, very close. And we have a lot of other trees here, but not really a good source of the darker trees, which I like a lot. There we go. Perfect. All we gotta do is just make a big pile out of that. I wish they were closer, so I could just run in between them. But I guess we just be patient. So how much will I need? Considering that we will make a lot of components out of rubber later, I do need quite a lot of it. Okay. Okay, while I am collecting this stuff, I should actually start talking about what I plan to do with it. So there is a bug that I have seen. I don't specifically know how it or remember how it works, but apparently if you kind of bug one of the bearings inside of rubber, hey, that should actually work with raw rubber as well. Problem is, raw rubber can be formed, so we should have real rubber for that. So once it bugs, you can dial it, and it sticks however it is. I wonder how easy it is to replicate, because I never tried it. But the moment I saw that it's possible, I wanted to try it. And what better day than today? Let's look into the other... Oh, we have a lot of sulfur in this direction. And it is perpendicular to the direction we came from. So... that should actually be enough by now. Okay, 5 more. 5 more. Let's say 5. And a 1. So, and that's one of the things I want to do. So we have the dial down. On the switch and the lever, I am not quite sure, because the lever we... switch and lever. On the button in the lever. The lever we can do like we have the current dial, this way. And kind of have it half of what we have. Just in smaller. Although bearings are quite big, I don't know how small we can make it be. But that way it could be swung back and forth. On a button though, I don't know. How do real buttons work? It needs to kind of swing back and forth every time we press it. Hi! You were absolutely right. What gave it away? Did I advertise myself? We're doing some mechanics today. Good to see you. Because I'm going crazy. Okay, plug it down. Oof. So problem with this is, as soon as something hits it too hard, except my hand, which doesn't exist as long as I don't hold anything, it will reform and lose its connection. That's always fun. Yeah, we turn around and sail right there. That's the idea.